Você não natureza que fora tem mixes. Scope. Professor Warren tells him. Peter thanks the man of the two away. Gwen telling Peter to have fun at MJ's party without her. Unknown to the both of them, though, Miles Warren watches as they leave. After swinging across town, Peter changes back into his civilian clothes and enters the club. Loud music and flashing lights bathe the club goers that crowd the dance floor. Just suck it up. At least you're on the list. He thinks to himself, knowing that this isn't his kind of party. A woman walks over, offering to lead Peter up to the VIP section. Peter! Mary Jane cries as he walks in. Hey, MJ, did I miss your set? He asks sheepishly. God, no. I don't even hit the DJ booth until midnight. He tells her with a smile, and Peter lets her know that he doesn't know if he's going to make it to midnight. This isn't really my scene, MJ. MJ just laughs, wondering when Peter got so old. And he smiles, asking about Harry, and turning as MJ points to the man passed out in a drug-induced stupor. It's fine. It just means that I don't have to babysit him all night and listen to his high-finance tales. Are you and Harry all right, MJ? Peter asks, looking at both of his friends. Anger flashes in her eyes, though, as she tells Peter that their lives are fine. We work, Peter. We all aren't as perfect as you and your lab bunny, she snaps at him. Out of everyone in the group, you're always the stick in the mud, the one with the fake concern. But you never actually do anything, do you, Peter? She demands. Peter snaps at her, getting angry, knowing that MJ is drunk, and turns and storms away. But MJ isn't done as she shouts after him. You just wallow in regrets. You loved him. Instead of telling him he was making a mistake, you could have saved Flash with all of your power. Peter's stunned. He stops, turning back to her, eyes wide. I know, Peter. I've known since I was 15, watching you come and go from Aunt May's house. Peter doesn't know what to say, but it doesn't matter as MJ turns away from him. You spent a decade convincing yourself you were doing the right thing while your friend is dead, Spider-Man.
I took two things that I love, dancing and dogs, and I made them into a successful business. Hi, I'm Ronnie. I'm the owner of Kitten.
Tells him. The next day, Peter goes to his office, barely aware of what's even going on, and Reed comes out questioning him, but Peter turns it around on him. He questions why they never do anything with the amazing technology that Reed Richards has created, things that could change people's lives. But Reed knows where Peter is going with this argument. The technologies like their unstable molecule clothing could change the world, alter the industry. But it wouldn't be possible, Reed tells him. Peter gets angry, demanding to know why Reed always acts like he's from another planet, like he isn't human. Peter, I'm not. Neither is any other superhero. Things have changed. The wellspring of power, the growth of mutants. We need to be careful or we'll end up ruling the world, he tells the young man. Listen to yourself. You're so not human. Even your wife left you for a man under the sea. Peter snaps at Reed. So Reed lashes out, slapping Peter across the face, and Peter lets him before turning and walking out of the room. At their apartment, Harry finally wakes up, questioning why his wife seems so upset. But she just tells him not to worry about it. The phone rings and Harry answers, listening to the voice on the other end. Father? Of course, I'm ready. He tells him, determination in his eyes. Meanwhile, over at Professor Warren's lab, the man questions Gwen about Peter. He questions why he always seems so quiet, seemingly holding on to all of the world's problems. I just hope that he never pushes you away. You're the best thing that's ever happened to him. Warren tells Gwen, placing his hand on her shoulder. Suddenly, the two are interrupted by a screeching sound, and they look up to see the Black Goblin hovering over them on his glider. Excuse me, but I have some business to conclude, the Goblin hisses. Professor Warren tries to talk to the Goblin, fear in his voice. There's nothing to say, Professor. Your benefactor, the man who paid for all of this, what equity was promised. He's heard word that you broke the agreement and gone ahead with future installments. That could ruin his plans. So we sent to the Black Goblin to take what's rightfully his. The Goblin tells them, reaching out, wrapping his hand around Warren's throat. Gwen yells for them to stop, but Spider-Man is there, cracking the Goblin across the face, forcing him to let go of Warren. What are you looking for? Money? A new superhero villain theme that has him so played out? Spider-Man jokes as he flips and dodges the Goblin's glider. The Goblin laughs, offering to show the hero what he's looking for as he tosses a pumpkin bomb at the wall. That wall explodes, tossing everyone outside, and everyone stops staring at the hole that the Goblin has created. This can't be, Peter gasps. What have I done? Harry questions, pulling off the Black Goblin mask, and everyone stares at the clone tanks, holding clones of Peter, Norman, and Gwen. Anger filling Harry as he grabs Warren. This is supposed to just be my father, he hisses. The professor tells Harry that Norman also wanted a clone of Peter. He didn't know why. Why me? Gwen questions, looking at herself floating in the tank. Harry stops, anger filling him as he realizes that his father always wanted Peter to be his heir. He launches forward on the glider, pulling Spider-Man into the air as he screams at him, ripping off his mask. "It's always been about you, Peter!" Peter tries to reason with his friend as they climb higher into the air, flying above the city rooftops. He shoots out his webbing, flipping them around, kicking Harry into the rooftops below. "Don't let your dad ruin us," he tells Harry, trying to explain everything to him. "Your father is insane. I put him away before he could hurt anyone. But he's still hurting people. You, me, and now Gwen and the professor with that abomination." Harry leans onto the edge of the roof, nodding at his friend. "You're right. No more!" he yells, throwing his pumpkin bombs into the smoking hole of Professor Warren's lab. The bombs sail in, landing amongst the tanks that hold the clones, and the building explodes, sending everyone down to the street below. Professor Warren screams, "No!" Peter lands next to his wife, and she tells him that he has to save the clones. They're living beings. We can't just... Peter nods, leaping into the air. "I'm on it," he yells, flipping back inside of the building. He lands amongst the smoke and fire, but he finds that he is too late. The clone of Norman Osborn has been pierced by glass, dead after the first explosion. He turns, finding the Gwen Stacy clone in the same situation, and only the clone of himself struggling to move, as it has the same powers as himself. He grabs the clone, leaping back into the street. "Sorry, gang. Could only save Frank and Peter here," he tells them, and Warren begins to cry again, running back towards the building, screaming for Gwen. But Peter stops him with a web strand. The professor turns back towards the madness in his eyes. "You don't understand. I wanted Gwen all to myself," he yells. "No substitutes." Both Peter and Gwen's eyes go wide as they realize what he has said. Tears streaming down his face. It is now 1978. MJ puts the last piece of luggage in the car, apologizing that Peter refused to come down. But both of them understand. The clone of Peter smiling down at Gwen. "We get a second chance," as Ben and Helen Parker. She smiles. They hug MJ, but before getting into the car and leaving, MJ goes back inside, finding Peter sitting at his desk. He's angry. Angry that clone Gwen and clone Peter have a new life and he has lost everything. "Harry disappeared and left you everything. You have a new life. Where's my new life, MJ?" He shouts at her, turning away. "I have nothing," he whispers, and MJ takes him into her arms as he begins to cry.
Come for the flight, stay for the lounge. Elevate your airport lounge experience with Chase Sapphire Reserve.
Oh, Peter, that's not true at all. MJ closes her eyes. She's sitting in a hospital bed, her hands folded over her pregnant stomach. It's been 3 weeks since Peter has gone missing. He's never been gone this long. "Gwen?" a shaky voice asks next to her. "Where's Peter?" Aunt May asks next to her, her eyes not fully seeing where she is. "It's Mary J, May. Peter's on his way," MJ tells her, smiling as best as she can. MJ turns, looking at the tracker that Peter has installed on his suit. It says that he's nowhere on Earth. "Where are you?" she thinks quietly. Right now it's 1984. And on the planet known as Battleworld, Spider-Man fights alongside his fellow heroes in a war for the entertainment of a being known as the Beyonder. After the battle, he sits, trying to piece together his destroyed costume, and Reed enters the room, trying his best to make amends for their differences in the past. "Parker Industries is fantastic. You should be proud. I'm proud. I just wanted you to know that, son. Case," he tells the younger man, and Peter nods, apologizing for how they left things years ago. Reed nods, leaving him alone, and Peter knows that the man is a warning for what happens when you push away everyone that you love. He pulls back on his tattooed mask, bringing laughs from both Thor and the Hulk. "Look, Thor, we can't all have Asgardian tailors." He pulls back on his tattooed mask, bringing laughs from both Thor and the Hulk. "Look, Thor, we can't all have Asgardian tailors," he points out, but the god laughs, telling him that their uniforms were created by a machine in the next room. It's over there. Just look at what you want, and I'll make it for you. Hulk tells Peter as he sits down at the machine, and suddenly a black ball of goo sits before him. He picks it up, and it begins to meld with his body. 2 more weeks pass, and the city is amazed to see a black-suited Spider-Man swinging over the rooftops. Peter races home, trying to get back to his family now that the whole ordeal is over. But he feels that something is off, like the city is too quiet. When he finally arrives home, he enters the apartment, and MJ comes out of the bathroom wrapping a towel around him. MJ, I'm so sorry, Peter begins, but MJ screams in fear, recognizing him in the new black costume. The mask pulls away from his head, and MJ stares in shock before wrapping her arms around him. Peter, oh my God, I thought she could get this stage. Peter turns, looking at the crib that sits in the middle of the room. For the babies, and MJ looks over her shoulder, smiling. We hit the jackpot. Meet Claire and Benjamin. Tears begin to fill his eyes as he stares down at his twin children. He begins to break down. I'm so sorry, I wasn't here. He cries out, but MJ just holds him, telling him that it's all right. She fills him in on what happened while he was gone. After the heroes all disappeared, wherever they went, America and Russia both went to war, with a missile launching at the U.S. Vision managed to alter the course of the missile and managed to save Manhattan, and the missile landed in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Vision managed to become intangible as the missile impacted. Stop me in case I lose control. I'm getting old, Reed. Slow me down in the suit.
Thanks. That was... Thank you.
You're safe now. Take a breather, and when you're ready, get inside.
Can you smell the change in the air? It's fresh and clean. A new day for this world. Staring down the face of the apocalypse offers a new perspective on life. Time to let go of old grievances. Rearrange priorities. While the world waited with bated breath to see if they would be next. New York stood tall.
Look! The young spider! I need y'all to just chill. use some help. I can swing you over to an ambulance. They'll fix you right up. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Just a little bit farther. There you go. Everything's going to be all right. You're amazing, Spider-Man. Thank you.
Spider-Man!
Another nest.
Came out of nowhere in the middle of the game.
Time to clean this place up. They keep coming! Gotta hold him up a little longer. Great!
Thanks, Spidey.
You got it. Find an indoor gym till it's safe out here. It's showing a power stash close by. Someone's in trouble! They got grabbed by a symbiote! Clear out! I got this! All clear. For now. once retired. But if he wasn't, he'd love this. Break time's over. Those symbiotes won't stop until they get inside! Hey, Uglies! How about picking on me? Take care getting home. And if anyone needs help again, the Spider-Man will be around.
You always come through, Spidey.
Nobody's winning that fight. Better jump in.
I was beginning to get bored.
How about a timeout?
Watch your head!
Whoa, symbiote's dropping in.
Watch out!
Can anyone help me? Don't worry. I'll get you to an ambulance in no time.
Just swing carefully, please.
We're close. You're doing great. Here you go. And now you're in much better hands.
Thanks a ton. Man, people really don't appreciate you enough.
Symbiote's dropping in. Ugh.